I was thinking I went and got my truck and hadn't been in. It's a little warm.
You can't imagine why it would be.
So your office.
Anyway, where I've got to move.
Long enough that it's retained.
Yeah.
Clipboard. There
was 4 years that I drove back and forth to Jackman. Falls off nothing.
I worked with a gal who drove,
And you know what? You know what?
and I thought, you're tougher than I am. You gave in and said, okay, around the corner, and I'll drive 50 miles.
My company pays for everything for me to drive now, so.
Can I get better than that?
No.
I have a question for you on this.
Don't get his dad to go get a friend.
Did you read this one?
Yeah,
And then the next day, that's
that's the storage.
Yeah. Why
What is this?
does the city get to generate funds from this? And why are they doing it these months when that's when people are using their
So you asked
RVs?
me about
And
my
then
daughter.
they can't be there these months when they aren't using them.
Good.
Makes no sense.
It doesn't make much sense, but that's where they pile the snow, supposedly.
So why are we opening it up to pull the vehicles
One way or the
off
other.
the driveways when you're just going to put them back on the driveways for the winter? What's the point?
I don't know.
I didn't
kind
get
of
it.
thought that was a little interesting too.
But today she went and he said.
But no, I did. Yeah, I looked through that and I'm like, all right,
She was gonna have to have some stuff done.
not a whole lot of sense to me.
I don't know.
Those are hard.
And then we're back to,
I don't
you know,
how people
the-
do it. They just-
the words that I hate,
Well, and
like
especially-
sufficient or significant.
She can't.
Yeah,
She's limited.
It's
yeah.
another one of those words. In other words, you live in the subdivision, so therefore you qualify.
Maybe.
Past that, nothing? I don't know.
Well, I don't know. What is it? You are in. Fine.
So Garrett, since you're a lot smarter than I am,
70.
tell me why they changed the roads, the speed limit by Hawker, the 6th grade, to 30 for a few months, and then took it right back to 20.
Good question. I was opposed to that, but I don't vote, so
Are they going to do that every summer?
that's the plan.
Yeah, but
So why change signage? Why not just put it like they do out in
Flashing,
Wapello?
well, because the flashing signs are expensive.
Well, but out in Wapello, it's not flashing.
Oh,
It just
the
says
time.
during
Yeah,
these
through
hours,
school.
it's this
Yeah,
time.
during school hours is tough because not everybody knows what school hours is.
But it's
So,
posted, in Wapello, it's posted.
posted, yeah. they
Yeah,
can do
it's
that,
like
but-
from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. or something like that.
Well, and the difference for the length of, the length of the road that changes is 9 seconds. It's 9 seconds difference, and you're like, this is probably not worth doing it, but
Slap on the brakes.
yeah, I mean, yeah. So to go through 20 versus going through 30, it's a 9-second difference.
Well, and it wasn't that. It was that they changed it and
Yeah,
then they
no,
changed it
like I said,
back.
I don't think it was worth changing. I think just leave it alone.
Where was that? Over by?
Oh, it's 6th grade?
Yeah.
Sixth grade.
It's 20, right?
It's 20.
Well, now,
It's back again.
Yeah.
Part of the
It
year.
was 30.
Well, there's no such creatures that have it. Most of the summer I've been at 20 anyway.
I did
'cause I'm
too.
used
And
to
now that I've gotten used to it, now I have to
Yeah,
freaking
well,
slow down again.
I know.
I look down and I'm doing 24. I'm like, oh,
So tell me why the city ordinance says that you can't park on the street between 2 and 6
it downtown.
these certain months, okay?
Yeah, it's snow.
And they include Ash Street, which they cut holes in the cement, put the posts in, re-cemented, and the ordinance does not list Ash Street.
Oh, wasn't it?
No.
Good question. Good. Excellent.
Sounds like something we need to talk to the planning administrator about.
Scott Murphy is the name of the street department. I will,
That sounds like
No,
a
that's
pass
the problem.
in
She
the
said the
buck.
ordinance.
I will forward your concerns to him.
The
So
ordinance does
nice
not
to
include
meet you.
Ash Street, but
The
the signs do.
It's not in chapter 10, 11, 12, or 13.
Oh,
It's
boy.
in
Oh, man.
chapter 8.
Did you hear him sidestep that one, man? That was so
Oh, he's
quick.
just like a lawyer.
He did it with practice.
I hang out with a lot of
Yeah.
them.
It rubs off, doesn't it?
Oh, I know a lot of good lawyer jokes, but I don't share it with them.
Well, there's some people you don't want to share them with.
Well, that's going down Pendlebury. It says there's signs that say no parking on the street, just no parking. The other day, I mean, in the park. But the other day I had to laugh because this thing it's parked on there and I'm like, wow.
Did
He's
see the
he's
sign.
exempt, you know what I mean? It's on his license plate.
Okay. I just thought this is kind of funny.
Hey, Steve.
How's it going?
Sorry, you were saying.
I just thought it was kind of funny.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Sure, Lilly.
We're glad you're here.
Glad to be here. Glad to see you guys.
How are you doing tonight?
I'm gonna be doing great because we're gonna whoop through this thing.
That's my hope.
No to everything. I've seen if anybody was paying attention.
Especially, isn't there a drive-through window that?
Yeah.
I don't see, that's questionable,
Yeah,
questionable area
yeah. I wouldn't do it.
and questionable people.
We call that area the hood.
Well, that would fit with the Stevensons.
Yeah, question that one. I wonder where the other person is.
So is Travis doing well tonight? Good.
Yeah, lots of stuff going on.
Does not show up.
Well,
Let's wait.
how soon do you guys need to know if we're gonna cancel our work meeting in September?
Sooner
Today?
the better.
Yeah, I mean,
Because I have to drive out that night to American Planners Conference in Dillon, Montana.
Oh, how fun.
That's only how many hour drive?
It's only like a 2-hour drive.
I vote we postpone it till the following month.
We can do that too.
When is it?
Whatever you need to do.
Yeah, because the city will take the day off for Labor Day, and then we'll have that work meeting that Tuesday night, and then I have conference starting at 8:00
The next morning.
in Dillon.
Well, I think we just cancel it.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it, though. I like Montana.
To canceling it? Oh.
I didn't say that we
To the
should
conference.
cancel
D, all of the above.
Do we need to do that as an order or as a thing, or can we just say?
the third
We
Tuesday,
can-
fourth
I
Tuesday.
don't think we need to amend it to this agenda. If we wanted to, I could just email you guys and we can post it.
Let's do that.
I should just post it.
Just post it.
Yeah, we can cancel it.
Yeah.
You good with that? Benny sounds like he is, and the other two don't
Always.
care.
More than you know.
Does that work for you, Steve?
You gotta put that in.
You think you can?
It's gonna be the one that he'd show up to on time,
Look at him.
He's not here on time.
and nobody else is here, and he's like,
Terry's excited. She won't have to put up. She just got back from vacation.
Oh.
okay, it's deleted, so I'm not coming.
So Terry, was it fun? Did you have a good time?
Did.
Good. You'll have to tell us what you did after the meeting.
If you want to.
Yeah, if you're not embarrassed about it.
Oh, no. It lead a pretty boring life. Oh, well.
Yeah.
It might be boring to you, but if it's somebody else, it might not be. You went on vacation, I haven't.
Oh.
I haven't had one in 3 years. What's wrong with this picture?
I don't know. I mean, my vacation's going and cleaning out my mother-in-law's old house, so
Oh, yay.
Yeah, I have more fun
I get to do it. I get to do it again next weekend. So
Oh, yay.
All right, I'm showing 7 o'clock.
I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I guess I should have called the meeting to order, huh? We need a roll call. Terry, would you do the honors?
Commissioners Lilly,
Here.
Jackman,
Garrett.
Thomas,
Here.
Stanfield,
Here.
Schnittgen,
Here.
and staff, Garrett, Sandow.
Here.
Travis Allen.
Here. Okay, Terry was good enough to prepare the meeting minutes for August 11th and sent them out to us. Everybody have an opportunity to read them. Is there any discussion or concerns about them?
The one I had, and have you guys sent out notifications to the people on North York Drive, Travis?
We will after the city council. It's on their agenda for this September 1st.
Okay.
And that's actually in the minutes. They're at the next to the or the third to the last sentence. They'll be contacted when the name change is solidified. So they have to go
You
to
didn't
council.
tell me when.
Oh, I see. You mean what date?
Specific.
Okay,
Yes.
sorry.
September 1st.
Sorry.
So
Good question.
Okay.
All right.
So when do you
There's-
notify 911 and the rest of that on these
Same
street
thing.
names? Okay.
we give them 90 days. It's in our city code that if it was a house number change, we have to give them 30 days, but we always give them 90. And we always update the map to give them something to change, get a change of address to. Their change of addresses are also good for a year with the post office.
Excellent. Great. Any other questions or discussion?
No.
Okay. I'd entertain a motion.
I move that we accept the August 11 minutes.
Second.
Okay. Any further discussion? All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. All right, we have a consent agenda, and again, that's been sent out to all the commissioners. I assume you've had a chance to read through that. Is there any discussion about those?
No.
Okay. If there is none,
I move that we accept the consent agenda as written.
Second.
okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda. If there's no more discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Next item is a report on ex parte communication or conflicts of interest. Do we have any needs to be discussed? All right, very good. We'll move to our public hearing action items, and we'll start with the conditional use permit for the drive-up window.
Thank you, Commissioner Lilly. This applicant is Mackenzie Stevenson. This is for a property at 991 West Bridge, Blackfoot, Idaho. A conditional use permit for drive-up window in a commercial 2 zone. The applicant requests a conditional use approval for a drive-up window. The site is located in commercial 2, and it is evaluated under the drive-up window criteria in the city code. I'll move over to this request generally satisfies the conditional use criteria for a drive-up window in a commercial 2 zone. The surrounding properties are developed commercial lots and also zone commercial 2, which limits potential impacts to residential uses. Based on the applicant's concept plan, the proposed drive-up window appears to provide adequate waiting lane length for anticipated average monthly peak volumes, and no adverse environmental or historic property impacts have been identified. Staff finds that the concept plan provided separated pedestrian access from the parking area to the lobby entrance and identifies a defined waiting and exit lane for drive-up traffic. The design should be operated so vehicles remain on site and do not queue up into Westbridge Street or Bergner Drive. Staff further finds that the site is not adjacent to residentially zoned or used property, that no outdoor order speaker is identified in the request, and that any lighting, signage, landscaping, and drive-up operations should comply with section 11.6A6, including glare control, traffic control measures, and screening of drive-up aisles from the public right-of-way where applicable. Department head reports, traffic should be such that cars do not stack on Bergner Drive. Traffic entering and exiting Westbridge should use barriers, signs, etc. to direct traffic. Traffic flow must remain on your property for entering and exiting the side and paved drive area. Water superintendent, water meter must remain outside the drive path. Any damage to the meter pit, valve box, or radio will be billed to the account holder. And the site has existing water service. Street sanitation. There's little to no new impacts to street traffic flow. Sanitation department has capacity to supply sanitation services to this property. Parks and Recs department had no issues or inputs on this project. The fire marshal, no issues with drive-through. Building permit is issued for compliance with the building and fire codes. Staff recommendation is the conditional use permit application should be granted subject to the following conditions. Drive-up window should comply with all applicable requirements in section 11.6A6. Westbridge Street adjacent to the property shall remain unobstructed, and vehicles shall not queue up into Westbridge Street or Bergner Drive. Traffic entering and exiting the site shall be directed with barrier signs and other appropriate traffic control measures. All drive-up window traffic should remain on the property. The drive-up window lanes area shall be paved. The water meter shall remain outside the path, and any damage to the meter pit or valve box or radio shall be billed to the account holder. Any questions?
Can you project the map or whatever on the screen for us?
I didn't have that in the filing, but it is on your page 4 of the staff report.
Yeah, it's really hard to see. And not all the streets are showing on the,
If you hold it with the 3 in the proper angle, this street along the bottom is Westbridge.
right. And so does Bergener Drive go along the left-hand side of the property?
On this one, it would be on the right-hand side of this sheet or to the east. There is a north arrow on the property.
Okay, and so given the way this is showing, then the traffic will come from Bergener Drive onto Westbridge and then into the drive-up window?
Yeah, it would be, yeah, that would be the direction of travel, yes.
Okay, and the window is going to be on the end, let's see, what would that be?
To the north end,
The north end?
yes.
And I had a question too about, in case, for whatever reason, traffic does begin to stack up on Bridge Street, who's going to monitor that?
It'd be part of the street sanitation to observe that and be able to, would be able to contact the applicant and monitor that through the application, and that be part of the validity of the conditional use permit.
Right. So if we start experiencing problems, then.
We can pull the permit.
And that's gonna be kind of a complaint-based thing.
Right.
Just like anyone
So,
else in
yeah,
town,
okay.
the drink factories and things that we've got that are same kind of idea.
Okay. Okay. Any other questions?
I have one. The map that you've given us, the brown area
Yes.
on the west side has a curve. This picture has no curve. So is it only a portion of that brown?
They own both parcels that are included in that brown. The building is going to be almost in line with Birdo's. You can see that footprint on the top of the triangle corner there. They'll be almost in line with Birdo's burritos in that restaurant. But they own both parcels that are in that brown.
If people are accessing off Bergner Drive, that's a pretty sharp turn there at that corner.
Mhm.
Are they planning on rounding that side too?
It's
Because you're gonna have to slow way down to make that curve, and I
Yes.
see potential traffic problems on Bergner Drive with people going too fast and not paying attention that the car in front of them just slammed on the brakes to make that sharp turn.
But they already come and turn there to go into Roberto's.
No, that's on the north end.
It's on the north.
The
end.
brown
They
is
do
on the
that
south end.
Brown's where Bill's Sport Shop used to be,
Right.
Right,
which we had parking spots there the whole time when that was there.
okay.
Any other questions for Travis?
Nope.
Okay, can you give us the clip? See, we need to have the
Applicant?
applicant.
Yeah, that's the first name on the.
Oh, okay.
on the- and that's Mackenzie Stevenson. She come up on the presenter stand now.
Well, good evening. Thank you so much for having me. My name is Mackenzie Stevenson. I am here to get some feedback on our drive-through window. So it will be in Roberto's or behind Roberto's. We have new sidewalks and new curbing, so it's easier for people to get in. As you can tell with that sharp corner, there's actually an electronic billboard, so we're far enough away from it that they're not taking a sharp corner. It's curved now. It's a little bit closer, and I can get you images of that if you would like. Give me just 1 second.
You
Okay.
need to tell us your address.
Oh, yes. Sorry. 991 West Bridge Street.
Is that your residence?
No. See, I got confused. We live at 2061 West, 800 North in the boondocks of Blackfoot, Idaho.
All right. It's just required for protocol.
I can fix it on there.
No, it's good. No. We're just talking about as you present.
Oh, my apologies.
You're
I'm a
fine.
newbie.
You're doing fine.
So we project, because it's a 90-foot lane, a drive-through lane, that if you do the math, you can comfortably hold 4 cars in there, up to 5. If there's an issue with more cars coming, we can send people out, tell them to park, and then take their order that way. And then we can actually say drive-through is full until traffic clears. The way that the drive-through is shaped, it's a little bit, not a complete curve, so it's like this. So people will go out and turn. And I've got images in the site plan for that as well, if you would like to see that. But it's just to direct so no one's taking a sharp turn. Traffic can be slow and it's quite long. Let's see. So the area is located in a commercial zone, so there shouldn't be any issues, and it should not impact Roberto's business at all. There's enough space there. And I did the proper calculations with Travis, and we made sure that the drive-through lane is big enough and has an exit lane as well. So in case there's an emergency, people can get out. Do you have any questions for me?
Any questions? I don't. Okay, we'll open the public hearing. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll open the public hearing, and we have one individual besides Mackenzie who is going to testify in favor, and that's John River Stevenson. We'll need to have you state your address as well.
John River Stevenson, thank you guys for having us here. My address is 2061 West, 800 North, Blackfoot, Idaho, 83222.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, would you like to say anything in favor of this project?
Definitely would be excited to be able to be a part of like a staple part of the community. I grew up here and view a lot of businesses like with high regards like Kessler's and stuff like that. And it'd be cool to, in the future, one day to be a business that's kind of looked at as just been there for a while and people know about. So I really appreciate you guys giving us the opportunity to present it, and really appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Thank you. Okay, we have no one who signed up to testify neutral or to testify in opposition. So is there anyone else that wanted to speak? All right, so we will close the public hearing and allow the commission to. Sir, you just walked in. Are you here to speak regarding? No. Okay. All right, very good. we're just at a point where we're giving up people an opportunity to speak about a project, and we want to make sure you had the chance if you were interested. Okay. All right, we'll leave it to the commission. Do you have any further discussion? Any questions? Okay, I'll entertain a motion.
Get a closed public hearing.
Oh, no, I did that already.
Okay.
Before you walked in.
Oh, all right. I move that we approve the drive-through.
Okay,
I'll second it.
all right, we have a motion and a second to approve the drive-through conditional use permit. If there's no further discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, passes. Thanks for being here. You're welcome to stay and hear the rest of the thrilling discussion we're going to have afterwards, or you can leave if you like. Okay, Travis, we're off to the next item on the
Item on the agenda, is,
the conditional use permit for the seasonal outdoor storage.
yes. This is a new address at 754 South Von Elm Street. The proposed outdoor storage for recreational vehicles meets the applicable criteria for a conditional use permit. The purpose of the request is to provide a designated location for the storage of RVs owned by the residents of Champion Gate Divisions 1 and 2. Providing a centralized storage area will reduce the number of RVs parked in residential driveways along neighborhood streets, improving visibility for motorists and pedestrians, and reducing the potential for conflicts involving vehicles, children, and pets. The proposed use will improve the overall appearance and enjoyment of the neighborhood by allowing individual property owners to maintain their driveways and residential lots as open, usable spaces rather than using them for long-term RV storage. Central RV storage is in one designated location will provide better management of these vehicles while maintaining the residential character and surrounding neighborhood. Under section 11.1.3 definitions, outdoor storage is defined as the storage of equipment, materials, supplies, and other similar items in an outdoor area as an accessory use to the primary use for which the property is zoned. The requested CUP will significantly limit the outdoor storage use to recreation vehicles that meet the applicable definition of an RV. No other equipment, materials, supplies, or personal property will be permitted to be stored on the site. All RVs stored on the property will be required to be in operable condition. No maintenance, repair, construction, or other mechanical work will be permitted on the premises. The storage spaces will be available exclusively to the residents of Champions Gate Divisions 1 and 2, further limiting the scale and intensity of the proposed use. The proposed property was previously deeded to the city for potential future use as a culinary water well site. The property was subsequently determined to be unsuitable for that purpose. The proposed CUP would allow the property to serve a beneficial secondary purpose while retaining its existing function as a stormwater retention area. The lot currently receives and retains stormwater runoff from the nearby agricultural areas, particularly during the late winter and early spring, because the property's stormwater function and resulting limitations on residential development. The site is not well suited for conventional residential development. The proposed RV storage use provides an appropriate alternative while preserving the property's ability to accommodate stormwater. To protect the site's stormwater management function, the RV storage will only be permitted through April through October. The city may rent designated storage spaces for a fee during this period. The property will remain available for stormwater management during periods when runoff is expected, thereby allowing the site to continue serving its existing public purpose. The location, size, and characteristics of this property is compatible with the proposed outdoor storage for RVs, subject to the conditions of the CUP. The limited seasonal operation restricted user group prohibition on maintenance and repairs and restriction to RVs will minimize potential impacts in surrounding properties. The proposed use is expected to have minimal impacts on the environment surrounding properties, traffic, and neighborhood nuisances. It will consolidate RV storage in a controlled and managed location. rather than allowing RVs to remain in residential driveways where they may obstruct visibility and contribute to neighborhood congestion. The use is also consistent with the intent of the comprehensive plan and provides reasonable and beneficial use of property that has limited development potential because of the stormwater management function. Existing facilities and infrastructure are adequate to support the proposed use because the property is an existing city-owned lot and proposed activity does not require substantial development or construction for new residential facilities. The property is not identified as a historic property and proposed use will not adversely affect any historic resources. For these reasons, the proposed conditional use permit for outdoor storage for recreation vehicles is compatible with the surrounding neighborhood, provides a community benefit, preserves the property existing stormwater function, and satisfies the applicable considerations for approval of a conditional use permit. Department head reports, wastewater treatment superintendent had no comment. Water superintendent, no water required. Fire hydrant must be protected from vehicles and items stored on the property. Street department had no comment, no issues, as well as sanitation department. Parks and Recreation had no issues or inputs on this project. Building official, fire marshal had no issues with the RV parking area. Staff recommendation is that the conditional use permit application for outdoor storage of recreation vehicles should be granted subject to the following conditions. Authorized users, the outdoor RV storage shall be limited exclusively to RVs owned by residents of Champions Gate Divisions 1 and 2. RV storage only, the property shall be solely for the outdoor storage of qualifying recreational vehicles. No other equipment, materials, supplies, personal property, or items that shall be stored on the premises. Operable condition, all RVs stored on the property shall be maintained in operable condition. No maintenance or repairs, no maintenance, repair, construction, servicing, or other mechanical work on RVs shall be permitted on the premises. Seasonal operation, RV storage shall be permitted from April 1st through October 31st of each year. The property shall remain available for stormwater management outside the authorized storage season. Compliance with conditional use permit, the property owner and all users of the storage area shall comply with these conditions and all other applicable city ordinances, regulations, and requirements associated with the conditional use permit. Have any questions?
Isn't the property owner the city?
Yep.
And I'm going to say it, I don't know that anybody else is thinking it, but the time frame, I get the time frame that it's usable, but the congestion's also, I mean, so they can move their RVs over there during the summer months when they're going to be using them, and then park them on the roads or next to their properties during the winter months.
When they're in the way.
Well, we still need it for stormwater retention.
But doesn't the stormwater, I mean, don't we have a road
There's
there?
There's
So how does that work with stormwater?
There's two things back here. This overflow ditch catches a lot of the stormwater runoff from this field. This is a emergency access road right here. This culvert here has a tendency to plug up if it becomes overburdened. And so we use this retention spawn to kind of capture that and kind of retain it as this ditch handles the rest of it, and it goes on to Jensen's Grove to be finished. But this lot has been known to flood from the spring runoff. So we got to have them out of there. And that's another reason why we won't pave it, is because it's got to be pervious still. And we want to have it dry out before we start. It has the potential to be delayed moving RVs in there if it's still muddy.
So is it gravel now?
It's currently just dirt. There is an embankment right here. And this circle right here, this red circle, is where a fire hydrant is that we'll have to put bollards around in order to protect it. The strategy is to come in and back up down South Elm and back into these spots and then be first move forward to pull out.
How many units can it hold?
What's that?
How many vehicles can it hold?
I got right here 6. They're going to give 6 lanes, and they will be able to store They want each renter to use their own, they could have multiple trailers in here. So they're not locking someone else in. And if they need to move
So
their own
there's only
trailer.
6 people that can store their equipment, their trailers on there.
Yeah, that's about where we're at. Yeah.
I don't see the advantage to the owner of the vehicles. If they have to, excuse me, pay a rent fee to park in there and then pull in and out to use it during the season when they need it,
Mhm.
what's their advantage other than they get to pay a rent, which
So
isn't an advantage?
Longevity, because the city has an ordinance that you only have it parked for, I think it's 48 hours on the streets. You can't just leave your RVs out in the streets. So a lot of these people don't have.
Are they
space.
doing that or are they parking them in their driveways?
Well, some in their driveways, but then it blocks their garage. And so it's just a.
So what
But
happens
if it
come
only has 6
October?
people,
Yeah, what happens come
Sorry.
October when they can't park in there anymore and now they have to pull it back on the street and there gets the ordinance?
Well, right, but it's the same problem they have now. So I mean, it doesn't change that problem. It's just trying to give them a convenience through the summer months
for 6 people.
for 6. I'm kind of, that seems screwy to me. It seems like it could fit more than that, but it's just a weed lot right now. And so Wade Gardner, the parks, well, the old Parks and Rec guy, lives across the street, and he proposed the idea to help alleviate some of the congestion around that neighborhood. But that's why it's limited just to those neighbors.
And what are they gonna be paying?
I don't think they're paying anything. I'm not sure the city's going to collect a fee.
And it says it is in there.
Okay.
It says they could.
They haven't established a fee yet. To cover the costs, I mean, it has to be associated with the cost of it. But,
Well, if you have to put bollards by the fire hydrants, you're looking at
yeah,
a few $1,000s per bollard.
Yeah, so there'd be some costs there. But anyway, it was an idea just to help clean it up and alleviate some of the congestion. But
It
it's not.
says the city may rent designated storage spaces.
I don't think that decision's been, at least I haven't been in any conversations where they have decided that, but it was just more of a alleviate the congestion problems for a period of time.
It just didn't seem very practical to me either. In fact, I wrote a message to
Yeah.
Travis and said, what is this? Is this written correctly? Because you would think that the time you'd want to have that available would be the winter months,
From
right?
October
Yeah.
To April, yeah.
I think
just
they're
seemed like-
concerned more from being able to get in and out of it, in those months.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they plan on any plans to gravel it or just keep the weeds down.
But I personally think that any other neighborhood, if there was a lot that was available, it's like if the city has another property, then should we get it so people can take them since they are always on the streets?
I don't know if there's any others that are available. I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know, whatever.
Well, it is a lot that it does not suit the original purpose as a well lot to have a well on it. That was determined by our water superintendent. So it was deeded to the city, and we prefer to have that retention pond there to help city residents to help protect their property as well.
Yeah.
That isn't required by the city to do that, but it was a original purpose for that lot. And we'd like to retain that purpose. That's why we don't want to ever pave it, and we want to be able to make it pervious to any spring runoff that it might be able to absorb and keep any residents along that South Elm Drive from experiencing that flooding.
You know where the city garden is?
Community garden.
The community garden, right next to that, there's a retention pond between the garden and the housing development that's
Yeah.
there. And they have put gravel in there.
Mhm.
And now this would be a little bit larger, but it might make it so that it could be used for other purposes, is
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Well, the difference between that retention pond and this retention pond is this was never designed part of Champion's Gate as a retention pond. And the project relies on itself to retain its own stormwater. So all the streets that collect the stormwater have already infiltrators or already other stormwater retention ponds that were created for that design, for that gravity to take it to that pond. This was never intended to be that. And we don't manage the stormwater from Champion's Gate. We manage the stormwater from the field next door.
I see.
So it's a very unique location. The retention pond, say by the community gardens, that helps retain water off of East Airport Road year round. And
Right.
That's the intent of that, just like the one further down by Tommy Vaughn's.
Right.
So that retention pond isn't a good example by the community garden because it's for stormwater year round, and that was its designed intent. Where this one was more necessity and convenience for stormwater that is outside of that project.
It wasn't that was designed as a building lot until they realized that they couldn't build on it, so they gave it to the city.
It was
Well,
originally,
lot,
it was in the development agreement of Champions Gate that lot would be a well lot for future culinary water needs. But
have any of these residents been asked if they would be interested in parking their vehicles here?
yeah, that's what the common consensus that was presented by the facility manager, Wade Gardner, that this would be a good asset for this neighborhood to be able to park
So
there.
how are they gonna pick if only 6
Yeah.
people?
Is it a
Is
lot?
it gonna be a lottery or what?
Probably first come, first served, but
I don't know on that. That'll be up to the facilities manager. And when he completes the project and gets it organized, I think Parks and Recreation will manage it from there. It'll be the way they manage the RV park down by the airport.
Is there a lot of storm water that comes off that building, you said? Is it so much that it can't be, I mean,
It varies from year to year, but yeah, it's been known to flood the backyards behind them twin homes. And that's why that lot right there, we would never want to put a house on it, especially one with a basement. And it was originally, if you look at the original plat when it was accepted, it does say well lot right on it.
All right. Any other discussion, questions? Okay, do we have a developer? Are you the representative?
I'm the representative.
You're the city representative. Okay.
I'm all around hand today. Wade Gardner is available by telephone.
No.
I didn't answer your question satisfactorily.
Okay. We will now open the public hearing for consideration of the conditional use permit. We have no one that signed up to testify in favor, no one neutral. We do have one to testify in opposition. And I hope I'm not messing up your name. Is it Margot Johnson?
yes.
All right. Why don't you offer your thoughts? Please give us your name and your address.
My name is Margot Johnson. My address is 776 South Bon Elm, right next to the well lot. My concern is, well, I'm wondering who is going to regulate payment, who's going to regulate who gets to go in there and park. How much, I worry about the traffic that I live right next to it.
Right.
And so I'm worried about campers coming in and parking in there. It's a four-wheeler lot. It's not a camper lot. It drops down this much from going down in. I don't see how, I see problems is what I see.
Uh-huh.
But I am concerned about the traffic right there in front of my house.
Right.
And I've gone through the water going through my backyard too. That was really,
Sure, that's not much fun.
no, that was very, it's scary for lack of a better word.
Right.
And Wade did approach me on this, and I really didn't know what to say at first, but I really don't like the idea of it now. And I know there are trailers parked along the side, but I don't see how it alleviates the problem of all the trailers and who will go in there, how people will, well, who will collect the money. Are there going to be paint marks on there to designate? Anyway, so I think that's my concern.
Okay. Anything else?
I don't have anything else left on here.
All right.
I think that's,
Thank
That's
you
it.
very much. We
Thank you
appreciate
for your
coming. Sure.
would you like me to try to answer?
Yes,
some of them?
since you're the representative.
I believe the The city has a website for the RV park, and I believe they'll do the same thing for payments to park there. I'm sure they will do a first come and first serve. If they do mark the lanes, they'll either be with like a surveyor stake, or they'll use lime spray paint, like you find where locators spray their markings. So it is washable, so it would wash away every year and have to be remarked every year. They do recognize that they will have to do some changes and some construction for that bank to be cut down for be able to, like RVs and other trailers, to back down off that embankment, and also improve it so they don't hit the fire hydrant as well.
Okay, when I was under the understanding that there wasn't going to be anything done to it, that it was just going to be like it is now. So, and then there's only a curb there, so you would have to put gravel or something in front of the curb for trailers to get up also, right?
Yeah, I'm sure that'll be worked out as well. We can also order chalks that you put on the curb that kind of creates a ramp to get up
Because
over
you
that
don't
high
want
back
to
curb.
lose the drain. on the
Yeah,
curb.
we don't want to use the drain. We'll mark out that drain so that stormwater will go where it's supposed to, and we'll have all them trailers out of there. We can even delay the application period in the early spring if it's still muddy and it hasn't had a chance to dry out. So this will be originally set up. Wade's title with the city is facilities manager. He will set this up in order for Parks and Recs to be able to take over it and manage it, very similar to the RV park that's down by the airport. We'd be able to take payments here and get it on the fee schedule. And like the RV park, you can pay for that online as well and reserve them spots as well. But it'll be managed either by Parks and Rec or by the facilities manager.
Well, the traffic concern is a big concern.
Yeah, I understand the traffic. This is a lot that's in the very far corner of Champions Gate.
But it's next to me.
And it's next to you. So when this idea was proposed, we talked about a strategy of taking a lot of the higher or taller trailers and parking them to the far east, and anything lower, be able to park it closer to your house on the west, so you don't have a huge RV billboard sitting there to look at, especially if it's one that doesn't move all summer long. But we still need to be able to use it as a retention pond when it is time for that time. And we still have to keep it an impervious surface, so we will never want to pave it or maybe gravel it to a certain extent, but that would be all taken into consideration as needed. I hope that has answered
Yes, it does.
those concerns. Champions Gate is a loop. We had that picture up earlier on your map. So they do have an opportunity to back in and be able to back out. I imagine that they will have a lease agreement that will restrict it even more than how we've restricted it as a conditional use permit. We do have a legal definition of what RVs are, and they can't have it. And so it's definitely defined as an RV, and they have to be all capable of moving. So you can't have a flat tire, you can't do service there, you can't work on them there. That keeps us out of the definition of what we would call a wrecking yard or a junk yard. And that keeps everything being able to move for that spring runoff. If they can't move it out of there for that spring runoff, we can create policy that says, well, you can't come back and rent anymore because you.
Well, they shouldn't be there for the spring runoff, because
Yeah.
it's from April to October.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I said, we can delay that even further into the spring or later, almost early summer, if that remains muddy or you can't just drive on it. They don't want to get stuck.
The other direction.
Yeah,
Dig
it just
out.
ties into that.
But I hope that answers all
And the
your
only
questions.
empty lots, that's what I hear.
All right. Is there anyone else that wanted to speak concerning this conditional use permit? All right, we'll close the public hearing. Commissioners, any questions, discussion?
Well, I personally, I honestly think that we shouldn't be in that business. That's not our business to do.
Uh-huh.
Because, like I said before, there are other people park on the road all the time. And if it was something that their little community wanted to do, that would be different.
Mhm.
But 6 people in that, all the houses that are there, we're putting money into something that's not gonna make us money.
Well, but I think your discussion needs to be more focused on the effect of the neighbors on the roads, not whether you, because it's not really the commission's purview to decide if it's a good business idea or not, because it's not really the point. But whether or not it affects the neighbors and whether that's, detrimental to that neighborhood is the discussion.
But
Oh,
here it
just
is a
like-
Band-Aid.
But it's kind of like the drive-up window, right? It's not really up to you to decide whether they need a drive-up window or not. That's their business decision. Your discussion is, does that affect the other property owners?
But it
understand.
becomes our business when we are asking, when it says that they will be charging that.
That's a council decision. To charge the fees, so I want you to focus your discussion on more of the concerns of traffic and how it affects the neighborhood, not whether or not that's.
I don't think it will solve the traffic issues of having campers
And
on
that's
the
the
road.
discussion. I mean,
I-
It's a Band-Aid.
You're
It's a
talking
Band-Aid for
6.
5 months. And then 7 months,
well, like I say,
we're
but
back to where we started.
you're not creating the problem. But I think the discussion is, how does it affect the neighbors? How does it affect the neighborhood? Not whether or not that's a wise use of city property.
Now, I think we all have our feelings about whether it makes sense, whether it's practical or not, you know what I mean? But.
Whether it
as
accomplishes
we're- as we're-
anything.
Yeah, whether it accomplishes anything, but what we're being instructed is that's not our decision, so.
Then why is it coming before us if it's not our decision?
Well, because we have to approve the conditional use permit and be concerned about, how it affects the traffic and other issues.
Are there really that many RVs in the area that cause that congestion?
I can't speak to that. I have no idea.
There is quite a few. I mean, I drive to the neighborhood quite regularly for checking setbacks and construction and things like that. And there is quite a few RVs and jet skis and kayaks and,
But it's not for jet skis or kayaks. It's for RVs.
well, our definition of an RV,
Well, I'm just going off of what you read to us. It was RV storage on the property.
yeah. But our,
The idea was just RVs.
and that was to restrict it down to just that and not construction vehicles or anything of that nature. Our definition under our Title 11 for zoning regulations for a recreation vehicle is a portable vehicle or structure used primarily for hobbies, vacations, extended travel, camping, sports, and aquatic use. RVs may be self-propelled, towed, or transported by trailer. RVs may include, but are not limited to, motorhomes, converted buses, camping and travel trailers, light-duty trailers and transporters, horse and cattle trailers, boats, rafts, and other trailers, and off-street vehicles such as snowmobiles, dune buggies, all-terrain vehicles, four wheels, and any type of 3- or 4-wheeled sport racing dragster.
Pretty broad.
So they'd have to be on a trailer though, like the
Yes.
4-wheelers and the.
Okay, so if you pull one of those guys in there, in the back, and other people park in front of you, how do they get out?
Well, you would have that whole slot.
You'd have that whole.
So if you
slot.
park
you'll
your
be on
4-wheelers in the
own.
back, you have to pull out the 4 or 5 other ones that are in front of it to
That's my
get to that
point.
one.
That's my
But
point.
that's up to the person that decides
it.
they want to rent it.
So that'd be the one resident getting in his own way. with his employees.
How wide are these spaces?
11 by 100, I think is what they are.
See, that'd be a pretty good backer. To
Yeah.
get all the way back to the back
Yeah.
without crossing the line.
Well, you can always pull a hit and try it again, as long as you're not already side by side on it.
All right.
I can see a benefit here. I was coming out, I think it's coming out of Fisher and heading towards Bridge.
Uh-huh.
There's a guy doing some remodeling and adding on to his home, but he's got an RV right there on Bridge Street. And I'll tell you, it's a headache trying to see traffic coming towards you. So having a place like that, so people can get them off the streets, is definitely a safety issue.
And I agree, Steve,
Yeah,
but we're only talking
yeah, so what do they
a
do?
small window. And a
If it
small
was
amount of
year
people.
round, yes.
That'd be great, wouldn't it?
Yeah, if it was
But I
year
guess it's
round.
not
but-
our choice of how they do it.
Right.
So
Not being an RV owner, I don't know if you have your RV at your house during the summer months and you park it somewhere else during the winter months. So
That's usually what.
It's usually what it is, but in that neighborhood, you got people being more active in the summer too, driving around than in the winter. You got more children and pets running around in the summer than you do in the winter. So if we take all in driveways, clear them up, make them more open, and park them in a well-managed area, that's the idea, to alleviate that congestion and reduce them incidents that are possible.
how many homes are in that area?
Um,
How many building lots are there, Travis?
I don't know.
What?
Quite a few,
Off the top of my head.
it's probably close to 100.
Probably close to
We're
that.
talking
So-
about those access stands, so there's quite a few, and I have no idea how many of them have RVs, but
No, but just say that there's 100, say half of them have an RV, that's 50. So we're taking 6 of those 50,
small percentage.
very small percentage,
But again, that's
not our thing.
not our thing.
So I'm
I'm
just,
sorry. Yeah. 'Cause
I
I totally agree with you.
I disagree that I don't think that it would benefit the area because of the limited amount that's coming off that. I love the idea, but it's only benefiting 6 people or however many that go together to have that slot to put 4 or 5 or 6 in. I mean, who's to say that they couldn't? But I also think, backing up, when I was growing up, we'd come home late at night and Dad would back the camper in. Granted, it was in the country, it was our 2 acres, but he'd back it in. I'd hate to be someone next to it to have to deal with that every weekend. But
And then for the people that live there and these people that live next door, is it going to be controlled with when you can pull it in, when you can pull it out,
sounds like it's just open. I mean,
Well, do we want them to have to put up with people being noisy and whatever?
At 6 o'clock in the morning.
That wasn't a facet that was discussed in this. The facilities manager did read my staff report before this meeting and approved it. We can put in the leases that they can only come at certain times or during quiet hours. They can park them at home to unload them until the next morning, for at least an hour, to bring them in. I don't think how well this is lit or how well it's going to be lit, if that's a concern or if that will be an improvement for this property.
Okay.
Currently, there is no power at the property for electric lights. We don't intend to add any water or sewer connection there as well, other than the fire hydrant that is there for the fire protection.
I have one question for you. So say I rented, if I lived in that area and I rented one of those and someone vandalized my trailer, it's on city property. It's not on my property. So who's liable for that?
Normally, you're gonna have tenant insurance,
But it's not on my property.
but you're gonna have insurance on your mobile home,
Yeah.
and on your RV, so. But that's normally a leasehold thing, your lessee has its insurance, the landlord has insurance. So if the landlord did something wrong, they have their liability, but normally your lessees have their own insurance.
Normally.
You would hope, but that's the lessee's risk, right? If you don't have renter's insurance and the apartment building burns down as part of the lease.
You lose.
You lose. Just like, it's your choice whether to have insurance or not. I think that would be the same scenario.
You've got the same situation if it's parked on the city street
Okay.
at your house.
So, that doesn't really change anything.
Okay. No, I wasn't sure on that. So
Now, if the city truck backs into the trailer, clearly city problem, but.
Just my opinion. I think that before making a decision on this, we need to have some more questions answered. We've talked about a lot of variables.
Next month. Nothing's gonna
I don't
happen this
know,
year anyway. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's
it's
true.
part of the
Right.
season that it's not like it's a fire.
That's true. I just wonder if just put it bluntly, what difference is it going to make if he's here? He's going to say the same thing that Travis is going to say.
We're gonna have the same feelings that we have.
Well, and
But
honestly, I'm
we can
not sure if they thought through a lot of those issues to see if it's even gonna be something the residents want to use much or not. So I don't know. I mean, it's gonna be a work in progress to some degree.
Well, that's a motion that could be made by any of you if you'd like to do that, certainly.
Well, I'd like to move that we table it until we get some more answers as to how things are going to be actually run and operated.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion to table this item till we get more information, and I assume that would be until the next,
Yeah, we'll table until next month and
To the next
invite
month.
Wade to be here.
okay.
Wade may have more insight
All right.
into how the plan is.
Any discussion about the motion?
He already seconded it.
No, I realize that, but
Oh,
you
okay.
can still discuss it before you vote on it. Okay,
Okay.
all right, then, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, the motion passes. Table it till next month. And thank you very much, all of you who offered testimony. Thanks for coming. You're welcome to leave or you're welcome to stay, whatever you'd like to do. Thanks for coming.
You're welcome, and thank you for listening to me, and I think I'll leave.
All right. Well,
Thank you very much.
I know how riveting this discussion is here.
You guys are awesome.
The next part's the fun part. We get to hear what city's happening.
There you go.
Let me know. Thank you very much.
All right, you're welcome.
Okay, it's happening in the city. Like Graham Anderson, in our last meeting, we had to have a special meeting to approve the tentative budget and have a hearing for it. But in that meeting, they spoke about grant funding is coming around for FY27 for airport upgrades, including taxiway, apron, and to move the walkway further out around Jensen's Grove. That's too close to the end of the runway. It's a FAA regulation that we have to abide by in order to keep operating the airport. We're moving into phase 3 with wastewater treatment plant. This is upgrades that'll help us handle more phosphorus amounts according to EPA standards. After this, we'll move into phases 4, 5, and 6 that address the capacity and treatment of solids. The proposed budget for FY27 is coming up with City Council, and that'll probably be approved next City Council meeting. I think we've already
Tuesday, good.
Yep, Tuesday. Meridian and 91, LTAC is working out the right of way to improve that intersection, but it's still down the road with no dedicated date on when construction would begin. I've seen a couple of drawings, and there's been some pre-con meetings discussing where they would put it and how they would manage dedicating properties back that after it's been moved. Blackfoot Chamber of Commerce is having a chamber luncheon Wednesday, September 16th at the Elks Lodge, presented by Point to Point. Doug West, COO of Point to Point Marketing, will be speaking at that. Trade table spaces are available, and it's also a pretty good lunch at the Elks Lodge. I go there Wednesdays myself. First responders appreciation lunch is October 21st at 11:30 a.m. at the State Fair Needlecraft Building. Sponsorship levels are available through the Chamber of Commerce. That is an awesome luncheon to go to support first responders, both from our city and from county and our fire districts as well.
They do some recognition of first responders there, which is really nice.
Yes, we appreciate our first responder here tonight as well, Officer Tafui. There's going to be East Idaho Off-Road Showdown sponsorship opportunities. This is offered through Cindy Reese of the Ted Jenkins Group, September 19th. That's going to be a couple things happening there. They're going to have a poker run, vendors, articulation ramp, show and shine, and a Jeep raffle as well. That Jeep raffle is for a 2025 Jeep Compass, and proceeds for that will go toward the village. The village was created to serve foster children and families who open their hearts to them in a place of dignity, belonging, and hope. Part of the American 250, they have one more activity planned for this year, and that is still standing. It's a 9/11 remembrance. It'll occur at September 12th at 10 a.m. at the Blackfoot High School Commons. There's a golf tournament coming up, the Elite Heat Classic 2026. It's September 4th at our golf course. Lunch will be provided. Tee off is at 8:30. Sponsorships are available. Comfort Home Care, Fueling Freedom, Gas Card, and Essential Items Drive. This will support local veterans to make a difference. Many local veterans are struggling to afford gas to get groceries, pick up prescriptions, and attend medical appointments. You can help by purchasing gas cards, or also needed is donation of food and hygiene items. You can donate these at Comfort Home Care at 1179 Parkway here in Blackfoot, or there's a location in Idaho Falls as well. Blackfoot Tater Trot is coming up October 10th. Sponsorship opportunities are open and registration is open as well. You can learn more at the City of Blackfoot Chamber of Commerce website. ITD is having a availability study public meetings. Some of these can be attended virtually. Some of these can be attended in person in Boise. Department availability study is a study. ITD has commissioned BBC Research Consulting to conduct an availability study to assess whether barriers exist for socially and economically disadvantaged businesses that make it more difficult for them to compete for ITD contracts. As part of this availability study, the project team will conduct phone surveys to gather key business information and insights into marketplace conditions. These surveys conducted by Davis Research will begin in August of 2026. I have more contact information if you want to participate in that survey as well. And that's all I have.
Do you have any kind of update on the Gura project?
Right now, we're waiting. I don't know if Garrett can answer this question better.
So right now, the Garrett project is no further along than it was probably 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So Bureau, probably not this next month, but maybe in October, may decide whether just to terminate that district. Because the plan's now obviously not what the plan was. So we'll just kind of, but there's no real rush time frame wise, one way or another. And so just, basically it's just riding.
Okay. Very good. Any other questions?
Before you adjourn, just, I should have brought this up last month. I doubt there would be any change this fall, but there's a slim chance. I did throw my head in for Judge Hanson's spot that will open up in January. We'll know middle of October. So there's 8 applicants, shortlist to come out for part of October. And then the interviews will be October 15th, but the position doesn't change until January 11th.
So what you're saying is you want to leave us?
No, I don't necessarily, but this is kind of a once in a career spot. Because I'm not leaving being a county, I'm pretty well entrenched here. And so for a magistrate judge, I wouldn't want to be a district judge, but for a magistrate position, they only come up about every 10 to 15 years. And next time I'd be way too
Would
late.
we have to say judge, like when we
In
talk to you?
January, yeah.
Would I have
So-
to say Judge Garrett or
Judge
just say,
Sandow.
hey?
So.
Just call him Judge Judy.
Your Honor.
So don't you have to have a conditional use permit in order to do that?
Yeah. Anyway, I wanted you to just be aware that there is a slim chance, but there's 8 applicants, obviously all good applicants.
Well,
We hope it goes well for you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
that's great.
10 years ago when the last one came around, I wouldn't have been in a position to even think about it. And like I say, it's just one of those once in a career kind of things.
So how much time is left on Judge Hanson's
So the
term?
position would roll over January 11th. And right now
Okay.
it's in the whole public comment status and all the notice goes out to all the members of the bar. And
But don't they go up on the ballot every 4 years?
so just on magistrate judges, it's just for retention. So you don't run against a magistrate judge. The vote is only whether or not you keep them. And so typically what you'll see is the magistrate judge is really popular in the first vote, right? They haven't pissed that many people off. The second vote is just a little less, and the third vote a little less, and so on and so on. But district judges are the ones that have to run and occasionally get contested, but not in magistrate.
Very good. All right. Any other questions for Travis? Okay, very good.
Would you like to adjourn? That's my
Do
question.
we have a motion to adjourn?
I move the picture.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, this meeting is adjourned.
So, or, I want to get on the magistrate link, it's